did intentionally. But this is the problem. We can't have church without telling the Christmas story. So I need your help. I need your help to tell this crazy story about Jesus' birth. So I need your help in trying to remember some of the things that you know about Jesus' birth. Can anybody remember anything about Jesus' birth? Yeah. They did travel to Bethlehem. What a crazy story. Because Mary was pregnant and she was where she should have been staying at home. The president wanted to count the people. That's pretty close. It was the president back in the time. They called him an emperor back then. So sometimes we have presidents that want to be emperors. But what happened back then a long time ago is that the emperor said everybody's going to do this, no matter how frustrating and difficult it was. So I'm sure Joseph told Mary it was going to be okay because he was from Bethlehem. He used to live there a long time ago, and everything was going to be fine. But what happened? Does anyone know what happened when they got there? Did they find a nice place to stay, like a hotel, or a good inn, or a friend's house, or a hospital even, since she was going to give birth? Yeah? No, that's not what happened. What happened instead? Every other place was full. And because Mary and Joseph were poor, and they didn't have a lot of money, they didn't have a lot of options for themselves. And they were lucky to find a barn. So I need to see some of your stuffies there. Can you imagine being the barn animals settled down for the night? And then all of a sudden 2 people come in. Let's I think the next song, if I'm not mistaken, is a little town of Bethlehem. We should probably sing that to get them there. So imagine, if you will now, Mary and Joseph traveling all this distance and getting there and knocking on door after door and being turned away. Okay? That's what I want you to think about as you sing this song.
Silence.
And I bet Joseph was upset. I bet Mary was upset. It was probably really difficult. And meanwhile, while this was happening, something else was happening. There was another thing that was happening off some ways away. Do you remember there was something about a flock of animals? What flock of animals would that be? Yeah. The sheep, right? And who takes care of sheep? Shepherds. And the shepherds were really old persons and really, really young persons, i.e. the people who couldn't get other work. It was not, it was sort of boring work, to be quite honest, because they just sort of stood watch and hope nothing happened. And usually nothing happened. But one night something happened. What did they see? Does anyone remember what they saw? I know, what did you, oh yes, what did they see? They sort of saw Jesus. They saw someone who was bringing a message about Jesus. Who brought the message about Jesus? Yeah? Oh, you? You brought the message about Jesus. Possibly. They were flying up in the sky, or they were sweeping down. Yes. The angels came. Like all these angels appeared. And how do you think the shepherds felt? Are they excited? How would you feel? All right, just let me ask this question. How would you feel if all of a sudden all these angels appeared everywhere and unexpected? Would you be excited? Scared? Freaked out? Scared, freaked out. What? Mix of all of them. All these things. Like, what in the world's going on, right? And they said, don't be what? Don't be afraid, right? Oh, I know what's coming. Don't be afraid every time. And that's when it came, oh, Jesus is what you said. Because they said Jesus was born over this nation. You know what they did? They risked leaving their flock to go see everything that takes place. And then, finally, Joseph and Mary are somewhat settled down and somewhat quiet and say, maybe we're even going to make it through all this. And then all the shepherds show up. And what do you think they did? They told them, hey, we saw all these angels. We're here to see your baby. That's crazy, right? That's wild. And God, here's the thing that's most important. God was speaking and sending all of this to people who were mostly forgotten. They were out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody cared about these people. And yet here they were in this miracle of birth. And they said, this night is destined for something special. And that's how Jesus' story begins. Now, and you, who has has ever had a little baby? You all have a little baby? Seen a little baby before? Right. Isn't it amazing? Kind of. Can be stinky. They're kind of heavy. It's a miracle, babies are. It's a miracle that many of us make it to that point. And here you are today, celebrating Jesus' birth so long ago. Well, that's the Christmas story. So I want you all to go back to your seats, and we're going to sing. We need to have the chorus. We need the big song for all the angels. So we're going to sing a song called The Angels We've Heard on High as we go back to our seats. You ready? All right, Charles.